Hi there and welcome back to the Der Grenadier YouTube channel for another video. Today we're going to do a remake of one of the first videos that I ever did, which is going to be about the Gavin militaria M43 Keilhosen. So let's get into the video and I hope that you all enjoy. So these right here are the trousers that we are going to talk about. This of course is made by Gavin militaria, just like that M42 field blouse, and this is my Suspenders M43, just so you can see the differences in color from each vendor. And you might be wondering, this is a Gavin, that is a Gavin, why is this so much darker than that one? And that is because Gavin makes some uniform parts in their late war fabric, and this particular item is made in their late war Veldgrau. Their late war Veldgrau is sort of close to pre-war Steingrau, but it will age differently. So when these come in, they are really grey, just like Steingrau trousers, but they will change their color differently. I had to tailor this one. This is a size large. This is the second pair of this specific model that I have from Gavin. The previous ones were a size small, which fit me really good, but they are too short. So I had to get this one, a size large, but these are really wide. So I had to tailor them, and as you can see, they have changed color really well. This on the bottom is the inside of the trousers and on the top is the outside of the trousers. So you can see that the grey really turns into a sort of dark green with a little bit of brown in it. So they age quite nicely. I've never been a big fan of Gavin wool because there's so much synthetics in there. It's really hard to age them without damaging it. But this is an older variant, less synthetics in there, so these age quite good. The newer ones, I'm not a big fan of them, but you can't change that. They are really good for the money that you have to pay for them. Gavin trousers new cost around 80 to 90 euros, something in that ballpark, which is not too bad for brand new items. The buttons that Gavin uses on their uniforms are not bad, but on this particular one they have been changed to original buttons, which of course is better than the reproductions that they make, because as said, these are quite cheap, and you are going to see that in the quality. Gavin's particularly have the problem that the unfinished edges fray a lot, more so than on any other item that I've ever had. My previous Gavin ones did the same thing. I had to trim all the edges that are exposed because they just start fraying like crazy, and I had the same on this Gavin uniform and on my previous Gavin uniform. So after 4 items I can say that the buttons are good, but they are not finished as nicely as Suspenders or Sturm uniforms. So be aware of that. You might have to trim the edges on your trousers from time to time, and you might have to change out the buttons if you want your uniform to look really good. And of course aging needs to be done, because when they come in they look brand new and you don't want that. Another quality thing is that these buckles have both given out, so I had to fix them in place with some stitching until I can get new ones, because you can't wear this with those loose. It will just fall off, because as said, this is a size small of a large and I'm not that big, so this will just drop. Speaking of not dropping your pants, suspenders, of course, get a good pair of suspenders or a good leather belt. I would always go for suspenders, but if you prefer a leather belt, you can do that as well. One particular thing that I am quite surprised and happy about regarding these is the size stamp. The ones on the stamps on my other Gavin trousers are different. They are smaller, which makes sense because it's a smaller trouser. But that means that Gavin actually changes the stamps when they make a larger size. So that's a nice detail. I don't think a lot of vendors do that. I don't think there are many vendors that stamp them at all. So that's quite a nice detail. As you can see, this one has been worn a lot, which is nice because that means that I don't have to age it as much. And these straps on the bottom, right here, these were both broken as well. Restitched those on the sewing machine. But the most important thing is that these are actually long enough so these don't cut in my feet when I bend my leg, which was the biggest problem what I had with the size small ones. So get items that fit you. Really good advice. Should speak for itself. Now, to conclude this video, should you buy Gavin trousers or uniform parts in general, or should you not? I say go for it if you think that they are worth it, but be aware of what you are buying. They are cheap, so the quality is less good. The buttons are a little bit, not bad, but not great. The wool will fray. Sometimes the wool will rip. I had one rip in Gavin items during the time of wearing them. So they do rip from time to time, but not that often. You will have to do some maintenance. Some buckles might give out, some seams might rip. Sometimes you need to do some repairs, which is not a bad thing, of course. You need to do repairs from time to time. But on Gavin items you might need to repair them a little bit more than on Sturm or Schuster's items. So maintain your items, age them well. You can make almost anything look reasonably good, and Gavin is no exception. So if you put the effort and time in, you can save some money and you will have a good item. But there are other alternatives, so please consider all options before buying these, and you will have quite a good item if you choose to use these. So that concludes this video. If you think that it was a good video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one. Have a nice weekend.